Hello guys, nice to see you. Okay, how's your day? All right. Hi, nice to see you. Okay. All right. So welcome, and this is the last lesson for the Geometry Booster Camp. So hope you are excited, all right? So nice to see you again, right? For all of you guys who ever attended our Calculation Booster Camp, all right? And today I will take the final lesson for the Geometry Booster Camp. Hope you just do enjoyed it, right? I can see some of you guys already get your tangram ready. right? So it makes me excited as well. Okay. So also, if you keep continuing sending the practice and sending the practices for our Geometry Booster Camp, at the end of this week, we will also have a on-site ceremony. And one of the reward for the Geometry Booster Camp gonna be the Tangram. Okay, so maybe you're ready for that. Okay. All right. So maybe we have 4 minutes before we start it. Okay. So still for the interaction, you can still like type down the word in the chat. Okay. So this is the way we interact for the live lesson like this. Okay. Do you still remember what we've learned in last lesson? Do you still remember that? Okay. Rotation, right? Also, we will do some more revision about the rotation in here. Okay. And also hope you get your lecture notes ready, the class note for today. Okay. Also, I would say it will be better that you can like starting cutting some shapes. Okay, to help you know all these shapes very well. All right. So we will have 2 minutes before we start it. Okay, so now it's 5:30, all right. And welcome, guys. So today is gonna be the last lesson for the Geometry Booster Camp. Okay, so Teacher Chi-Yung is not feeling well today, so I will be teaching you for the lesson 4. And also, my name is Ziyan. Okay, if in case you don't know me, but I would say most of you guys already attend our Calculation Booster Camp, right? So you may already know me very well. So nice to see you in here. And today it is about the Tangram, right? So do you have a Tangram box at home? Yes or no? So I would say we all love the Tangram, right? But before we start our Tangram, inside the Tangram box, there is a special shape that we haven't introduced it yet. So now, let me introduce that special shape. So, now, what kind of shape you can see? with a smiley face on it, right? So, do you know what's the name for this shape? Do you know that? Maybe not, right? Because for this shape, it has a very, very complicated name. All right, so let him introduce himself. Okay, so he says, I am a parallelogram. So can we read it all together? So parallelogram. Okay, so, wow, that is a strange name, right? I haven't heard about it. What does this parallelogram mean? How can we remember this name? It's so complicated, right? So, hello, Natalie. So, now I can see that there is also some special point for the parallelogram to help you remember his name. Okay, so the parallelogram says that, hey there, I have two pairs of parallel sides. All right, which you can see that if it has the parallel side, it is called the parallelogram, right? But still, teacher, I'm so confused. What does the parallel mean? Oh, do you know the meaning for the parallel? Maybe or maybe not. Maybe for the next page, let's stretch the arms, okay, to understand what does parallel mean. Ready for that? Okay, so now let's first watch a video about it.
You will never meet each other because these two sides are parallel.
Also not meet each other if we walk on the other two sides because they are parallel too.
Clever. I have two pairs of parallel sides.
Oh, so now you can see that, what does parallel mean? So if you put two arms like this, okay? So put two arms like this, you can put it all together. Then you can see that no matter how you move your arms, will your arms meet each other? No, they never meet each other, right? So these two lines who never meet each other are called the parallel side, okay? So now you can see that here I have two sleeping line, okay, like two sleeping line, like this. Then no matter how you extend these two lines, will they meet each other? No, they will not meet each other. So they are a pair of parallel side. Also, let's look at the two blue side, okay? So now for the two blue side, you can extend it. Maybe you can do the arm like this, okay? So now you can see that for your two arms, will they meet each other? No. So same for these two blue lines. So no matter how you extend them, they never meet each other. And this is called the parallel side. Hello, nice to see you. Okay, welcome. So these are called the parallel side. So for the parallel side, they will never meet each other. It's kind of lonely to them, right? All right, so now you can see that for the parallelogram, okay, he is called the parallelogram. It has two pairs of parallel side. One is like this. So you can see that for these two sleeping lines, they are a pair of parallel side. And also you can see here, I also have these two like slanted line, right? And will these two red line meet each other? No. So these two red lines also called the parallel side. And still, do you still remember? For the parallelogram, we have in total 2 pairs of parallel side. Okay, so why we introduce the parallelogram to you? So in the tangram, we will include the parallelogram as one of the part in it, right? So if you have a tangram box at home, then you will see that you can spot the parallelogram. So maybe if you have the tangram on your hand, can you pick up the parallelogram in here to show your parents? Amazing job, right? So now, today we learned a new shape, right? Congratulations to you. And then still, today's topic is about tangram. I am talking about some tangram box. Why is that a box in here? Oh, it is because in the tangram, we will have so many shapes in it. So we need a box to fit in all these shapes, right? So now, can you tell me how many shapes are there? Can you do the counting? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, now you can see that we have 7 shapes in the tangram. And I have 7 shapes. How many different figures can I make? Is that only 4 figures that you can make? No. All right, of course not. So I would say if you can using your imagination and your creativity, you can make like many interesting figures in here. All right. And in here, you can see that, can you guess what are the figures that we use the tangram to make into? For example, can you tell me what is this figure? Can you shout it out? Yes, thank you. So it is a fish, right? All right. What about the second one? What can you say about the second one? Oh, the second one, I can see a fox or maybe a cat, right? So now you can see that this can be a fox or I would say maybe a very tall cat, right? Okay, very interesting. What about this one? Can you shout out the name for this figure? Yes, amazing job. All right, so now this is a dog, obviously. What about the last one? What about the last one? Can you tell me, what do you think for the last figure? Maybe you can type out the name for the last figure in the chat. Can you? Maybe 5 seconds for you to type it out. I would say we have many interesting guessing for the last one. All right, so a dog again, a standing dog for the last one. Interesting one. So I would say it may be a penguin, right? So I would say it is a bird, right? Amazing job. It has the mouth in here and also the wing in here, right? So now you can see that for all these interesting shapes, we can all use the tangram, only the 7 shapes in here to make into all these different figures. All right, so after the lesson, I will send you a very interesting online link such that you can use the tangram in there and to make different shapes. Are you excited? I am, right? So now, let's continue. All right. So now we've talked lots of shapes. There are so many shapes in a tangram, right? But what are they specifically? Oh, so first of all, you can see that on the top. What are they? Can you tell me? Triangle, right? You know about the triangle. And also you do know about the regular triangle in our previous lesson, right? And now you can see that, oh, you're Daniel. Daniel, nice to see you, a penguin, right? So now I can also see that here we have a parallelogram. Oh, I can see for a parallelogram, it can be used as like many different parts for all these animals you can make, right? Okay, maybe you can see that in this one, it can be part of the body for the fish, or the tail for the fox, or the head for the dog, or the part of the wing for the bird, right? So now you can see that for the parallelogram, it can be treated as like different part for different animals. So you can make that possible if you can use your imagination, right? So now we have the triangle. We have, what do we call this one? Parallelogram. And what kind of side does the parallelogram have? Oh, the parallel side. And for the parallel side, will they meet each other at some point? No, they will never meet each other. Oh, they are so lonely, right? Okay, so this is about the parallelogram. What about the last one? What kind of shape is that? Square, all right. So now you can see that in the diagram, we will have triangles. And we have two large triangles, one medium and two small ones. And also we will have the parallelogram and the square, one for each. All right. So if you have the diagram, then that will be great. If you don't have it, but you joined our practice and send your homework every time in the group, then you will also get the diagram as a gift. Okay. So now, testing your memory, right? So now you can see that which shape are not in the diagram before, which shape are not in the diagram. So I can see that in the diagram, many triangles appear, right? So now you can see that triangle is in the diagram. So it is not the answer for this question. We cross it out first. I can also see I have one parallelogram. Oh, we don't have any parallelogram in here, right? And also I have a square. Oh, so square is in the diagram. So this is not the answer for the question. And also you can see that what else we can cross it out? Oh, we have another triangle, right? So we need to cross out a small triangle. And let me ask you, did you see a circle in a diagram? Did you see that? No, right? I would say, no wonder for all the figures we saw before, all the animals don't have their eyes, right? Because we don't have the circle in the diagram. That's sad. Okay, we should like put the eyes for the animals. And do we have this figure in the diagram? No, right? Still no. Do you know what's the name for this figure? This one? What's the name for this one? Pentagon, right? Okay, it is called the pentagon. So now you can see that the circle and the pentagon are not in the diagram. Okay, did you get it? Okay, all right, amazing job. So now let's continue. All right, so now you can see that. Oh, so if you have a triangle in the diagram, do you just like use it in the direction towards the toward upwards. No, you can rotate the shape in the tangram, right? So you can rotate it, rotate it, rotate it. Hey, do you still remember what kind of rotation we are doing in here? What kind of rotation? Can I hear you? Maybe I will say 5 seconds. Can you type out the kind of rotation in here? Is that the clockwise rotation or the counterclockwise rotation? Can you type it? Quick quiz, right? Hope you still remember that. What kind of rotation? All right, so now you can see that here we have up, right, down, left. So let's move our arms, okay? Up, left, down, up, right, down, left. 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 What kind of rotation is in here? It's the clockwise rotation, right? Okay, so it is the clockwise rotation. Up, right, down, left. Like this, okay? All right, okay. So it is rotating like this, right? Okay, so now let's continue. So our key point for today is that we can use the rotation in all these shapes inside the tangram in here. Yes, Daniel, very well done. Okay, so now, you see all these shapes, right? All these shapes also appear in our tangram. But also, can you form all these shapes using a small triangle? Can you try it out? Let's think about it, okay? So for the medium triangle, can I make it using some small triangles? If you have 2 small triangles, can you try to make it a medium triangle? Yes. So you can see that here, if you have 2 small triangles like this and like that, then you put it left and right, it makes a medium triangle. What about the parallelogram? Oh, for the parallelogram, can it be made using 2 small triangles? Using 2 small triangles? Yes, right. So now you can see that if you split the parallelogram like this, then you can see that here, if you put the 2 small triangles up in here, I would say pointing down in here and pointing up in here, then they combine together to make you a parallelogram, right? Okay. So if you have the 2 small triangles at your hand, then you can try to put them together. So now for the last one, how to make a square using 2 small triangles? How? Can you put it together? So I would say still we can use 2 small triangles to make a square. Okay, just like this. Then you can see that one small triangle is on the top left, while another small triangle is on the bottom right. All right. Okay. So now you can see that, actually, I would say the small triangle is quite useful, right? For the small triangles, they can combine together to get you some medium or large shapes like this. Okay, so Now, this is about how you combine the small triangles in here. Oh, can we join more shapes in making some figure? Yes. So now you can see that. So try it if you have the tangram on hand. Using the pieces, find 3 different ways to form the picture below. Oh, so now inside the tangram, you can use all the pieces in the tangram and to put a trapezium in here, right? So these are the trapezium in here. What should I do? Let's first look at the top one. So inside the trapezium, what are the shapes that you can see in here? Can you type your answer in the chat? Maybe for 5 seconds. So let's try for the first one. In the trapezium, it can be made of a square and a triangle, maybe, or a big triangle, a small triangle. So I will say you can use 2 pieces to make the trapezium. And guessing what are the 2 pieces you need to make the trapezium? Can you type it? Okay, so I can see some pieces in here. Yeah, maybe we will definitely using the triangle, right? We have some pointy part for the trapezium. So yeah, I need to use some triangle. What about the other part? So any other piece that I can use to make it? Yes, Daniel, right, square triangle. So now let's look at the first one. Okay, so for the first one, actually you can use a small triangle combined with a bigger triangle to make a trapezium. And also you can see that you can use a parallelogram and a triangle to make a trapezium. For the last one, you can use a square and a triangle to make a trapezium, right? So you can see that, try it out. You can use different pieces to make the same shape. Isn't that amazing? Right? And also you can see that, so inside all these 3 trapezium is the direction of the triangle changed in here. Okay, so is the triangle changed in here? Actually, it can be called the trapezium, right? Okay, so now you can see that for the 3 triangles, they are rotated, and after the rotation, they can be put into the shape in here, right? So now let's continue. So now you can see that in this shape, can you use all these tangram shapes to make this shape, to put it in this shape? Can you? I would say yes, right? So for example, you can rotate it like this, okay? You can rotate it like this. Oh, sorry. You can rotate it like this to split out a parallelogram, right? And then you can also split out a triangle out of it, right? And then you can see that here. You can split out a triangle in the end. So now for this shape, you can use a parallelogram, a triangle, two triangle, and a square to make this shape. Can you think about any other way to make this shape? Do we have any other way to make this shape? Yes, I would say if for the top one, you can also split it like this, okay? So now you can see that here you can use 3 triangles and 1 square to make this shape. Can you think about more? What about more shapes in here? So maybe after the lesson, you can try about your homework in here. All right. So try your homework, and also looking forward to see your homework. I will also send a very interesting link for you, such that you can put all these shapes in the tangram to get different interesting figures. Okay. So now this is gonna be the end for today's lesson, and I would say see you next time. Okay, so enjoy playing with the tangram and see you soon. Bye bye.